What makes a boring fighting game character? Now we heard this said with Rose
Fang.
before she came out. Before she came out, they were saying like before Street Fighter Five, she was kind of like a boring character. She wasn't really doing anything. Too fantastic. And then next thing you know, we get her in Street Fighter Five, and she's basically out here, hitting you with loopy loops. So basically, what makes a boring fighting game character for you guys? Is it just nothing flashy, no flashy moves, like they're not able to win as much? What is it for you guys? Starting with the Fang player.
Um, I liked Ed at first when he was first released, man.
Wait, what?
But now, like, he got such a dumb look on his face when he wins. That's why I don't even like him now, honestly. He's like, he got this stupid, like, got this stupid little, like, why you look so dumb? I liked you. I don't like you no more. But what makes a fighting game character boring? I think it's subjective, actually. Honestly, in my opinion, because what I think makes a character look exciting, most people probably think is boring. I think Tekken is exciting when people just like it's doing this and like somebody just throw out a jab and they just like then somebody get that hop kick. I think that's dope. But most people don't like that. Most people just want to see. They just want to see that. But I'm gonna be objective in this and saying that people don't like characters that just like zone. They sit there and turtle. Gal is probably the perfect example of a character that people don't like seeing. He's just a character that just sits there. He literally turtles. Like he can just sit there just like this. What are you gonna do? Either you're gonna walk forward and get hit or block a sonic boom, or you're gonna jump and I'm going to backflip kick you. So you have two options. So he doesn't have a lot of moves. That's another thing. Like Gal, that's why I say Gal is probably one of the most perfect archetypes of what I would say the general consensus makes a character boring. He only has two special moves. Two since the beginning of time. They've never even given him a new special move in all these years of Street Fighter. Two special moves, a horizontal and a vertical move. I guess you could argue that his V skill, the little sonic cross, but that's still a sonic boom. It's still a projectile that he can walk behind. Um, and characters that don't have like really crazy combos. Although Gal got some crazy combos in Street Fighter Five. I mean, when he first came out, he was in the corner doing the dance shuffle. But a character that doesn't have like crazy combos, a character that's like turtly, and a character that doesn't have a lot of moves. Those are, I think, the three criteria that will make a person say a character is boring. Like Vega, I like Vega. And certain people on this podcast don't like Vega, but it is what it is.
It is
Sometimes you
me.
just don't like. Sometimes you just don't like great characters. I don't understand it, but it's he has a bigger tool set than Gao, but he's not the most high octane character, even though he flies around the screen and stuff. But he doesn't have like super crazy combos, especially in 4. Like Street Fighter 4 Vega was very neutral heavy, punish you with punish, make mistakes, get away from me, I'm gonna run away from you. That's the type of character he was. That's another character archetype that people probably would say is a boring fighting game character that runs away a lot. Like even I would say El Forte, but I don't even want to bring it up with the character. I can't stand that character, but he was just like all over the place, running around, stay away from you, hit you real quick, over, stuff like that. I didn't think was fun, but some people might find it fun. But yeah, I think a character that has a very limited tool set of moves, they don't have crazy combos and turtles. Those are what people would say are boring characters. But I like that in characters, and so that's why I say it's subjective because I love seeing a person play a character that just sits there and just like there for like 20 minutes. You throw out one button, you whiff punish and the super. I love that type of stuff, but a lot of people don't. I think people that are really in tune with like the technical mechanics and like the fundamentals of fighting games like that stuff, but people that especially casuals. I think it's also depending on who you're asking. Like a casual definitely don't want to see none of that high level. So they want to see somebody getting punched in the mouth at like high speeds constantly in the match. That's what casuals want to see. They don't want to see what's a whiff punch, what is footsie. They want to see somebody get sure you can like 20 times. They want to see the Sagat Alpha 3 uppercut. Where you get uppercut, you like 7 hits in one. That's what they want to see. They don't want to see somebody, oh, he anti-aired. He lowered his hurt box so he would make the jump in whiff. They want to see somebody get kicked in their toenail. That's what they want to see. So yeah, those are what I would say the 3 things that to me personally people would say characters are boring. Limited move set, no combos, and turtly.
You know, I always wondered how Sagai got 50 million hits off that uppercut. When he literally just stayed like this the whole, like how did what the hits come? Your armpit, like you got an arm in your armpit.
Dude, it's his key. It's his Tekken, bro. It's like he's emanating extra hits from his spirit, and he's doing the uppercut, and like you're getting hit, and then all of a sudden he's like generating extra hits, like with his soul, like that's where it's all coming from, bro.
I think what's happening is he's like you're bouncing slightly off his fist in the air. So every time you make contact again, that's an extra hit. So he hits you and you bounce up slightly and then hit his fist again. You like real quick.
I always wondered how Akuma's hurricane kick pulled you in when everybody else like slapped you away. Like you get hit by his and you just like I never got that for him to get the uppercut combo, but you know, I guess we can stay on top.
Satsui no Hado. It's the Satsui no Hado, man. That's what it is. He's mastered it, and now he's mastered the vacuum pack of the Satsui no Hado. That's what it is, dude.
Bro, what, like, how do you? It's like you punching somebody in the face, but when you get hit, you get sucked in. Like I just.
y'all remember in Rurouni Kenshin where he used to do like the what do you call that?
Nah, I never saw that.
You know what I'm talking about? The move that he used to do that was like he used to draw the sword and it would pull people in for for the
It's been a while since I've seen Rurouni Kenshin. So.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
So boring characters. First off, I will say that Fang is not really a boring character. Actually, I would say that he's definitely not a boring character. He's definitely an interesting character. He looks like a giant tongue depressor. He's got the whole poison gimmick going on. He flies around like a weird like bird dude. His movements are definitely very strange. So he would definitely not be who I would consider a boring character. Somebody who I would consider being a boring character though. You know, the thing about it is that I've always kind of considered Ryu to be a boring character. You know, he's basically, to me, he's always been kind of the basic kind of I'm just here to fight kind of dude, and you know everything like that. Like he's always seemed like he just seems kind of basic. Like, you know, I know he's like I'm the fighter guy, and I've got this dark power hidden inside of me, and I don't want to use it. But you know, like, and then there's like everybody's like, oh man, you should use your dark powers, and it's like, you know, I mean, it's kind of at this point it's kind of old hat. Like he's been doing it for years. You know, like I mean, when you think of like Street Fighter, of course you think of Ryu, but at the same time, Ryu is kind of a, you know, unless you spruce him up a bit, he is kind. I mean, if he didn't have the Satsui no Hado, if he didn't have the Dark Hado, then he would be kind of boring. And even now he is a little boring. Just I don't know. I've always felt like Ryu was kind of like like even when you put him next to Ken, right? He always seemed like the more boring character in like the lineup. It's like him and Ken. It's like Ken, you know, Ken's kind of cool, especially the longer the series went along. You know, and it's not even like I'm saying that he has like necessarily like boring moves, even though like his moves, Flair, speaking in terms of Flair, are not as great as other characters. Let me explain. Like if you look at like Ryu's uppercut, right? Ryu just does his uppercut and it's just an uppercut. But when Ken does his uppercut, it's got fire on it, man. Like there's fire coming off of his fist. Like, you know, it looks like it hurt. It like Ryu, like he just kind of does it. Even when he does like his his EX move, it's just like, I'm just doing a stronger version of that move. But I mean, when Ken does it, it looks like it's hurting you, man. It's like the whole Fire Fist thing is actually really cool to me, and it just seems like it. Sometimes I look at Ryu and it seems to me like he's Ken without any of the trimmings, like without any of like the special stuff. Sakura has like even though Sakura is his like apprentice, it always seems like Sakura has like the way that she does her moves is interesting. Like all of the way she does her moves and stuff, they're interesting. They look cool and stuff. So I'm kind of like, you know what? That's pretty. Like her Shoryuken, it's like she has a certain kind of way of doing it. It's not like everybody else's. It's not like Ryu's. It's not even like Ken's. It's like she has her own unique way of doing her Shoryuken. Just like Akuma. Akuma has like extra stuff going on with his Shoryuken, his Tatsumaki Senpuken and stuff like that make him obviously different from other characters. So to me, like these are characters that aren't boring. But Ryu himself is kind of boring. It's kind of like he's kind of like the base character for every other like Shoto character. And I understand that that's kind of what he's supposed to be, but at the same time, it's just like, it makes him more, in my opinion, more boring, less interesting in comparison to all the other shows. Even a character like Sean from Third Strike. Sean has a way of doing his moves that makes him like different from everybody else. His Shoryuken is different. It looks different. He has he doesn't really have a fireball unless you do like his like Hado burst. He has like his it's quote unquote Tatsumaki is different. It looks kind of like Dan's. Like there's even Dan. Dan himself isn't a boring character because he has like he's a unique character. He's got like this garish looking like pink like this pink gi that everybody like that everybody kind of looks like ugh. Or it's orange or whatever, but he looks like an interesting character. Ryu looks basically like somebody who just showed up for karate class on like Saturday morning. Like that's what he looks like to me. So I would say that out of all the characters that in my opinion, pretty much any game, I would say that Ryu is the most boring. If like every character, like even like the base characters, like somebody like Kazuya Mishima, like even he looks like he's looking like a straight like G man. Like he's like I don't know, but I would say that the character it's less about what kind of like what their tool set is to me, and more about what they look like, what their moves look like. What I feel when I look at that character, and when I look at Ryu, all I feel is boredom.